have an incredible panel. I have Usama, Docking Duck, and JC, the Quranic Endgame. And he's all the way here from Guadalupe or Guadalajara or Chihuahua in Mexico. And of course, Usama is from a secret location at the North Pole.
Let me give you the address. It is Missouri, man. Okay, near Jackson. If you want to know exactly where I live. All right, never mind.
Okay,
Muslim.
so he's visiting someone called Miss Suri. I have no idea who she is, but
Yes.
that's okay.
So, by the way, Lloyd, I discovered that CARE, the Council on America Islamic Relations, work in a joint effort with ALSU, ACLU, the very liberal
American
group
Civil
here in
Liberties
America,
Union.
and they both follow me whenever I change my when I move from one state to another state. They follow me and they put my address on their website, so you don't have to worry about saying where I live. It's very well known on CARE site and the ACLU site, so anybody can go online, find where I live, come by, visit. I can make a cup of coffee with you. If you're a Muslim, I'll lead you to Christ and everything will be fine. Amen.
Southern Poverty Law Conference must have it too.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So anyway, so I found Brother JC, I found the verse you're looking for. It's Quran chapter 49 and verse 14. 49:14. Do you have a Quran, JC?
Can open it?
49:14, man. The verse we'll talk about before we launch the broadcast here. Hello, Brother Lloyd. Greetings to you, brother, in the name of our Lord and our Savior, Jesus Christ, and all our wonderful audience, those who joined us already and those who are on their way. I know you missed the greeting, but I say it to you anyway.
Hello, everyone. Yes. Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Welcome back. This is episode number 4,900 and 7,897.
I don't even have that number in my own broadcast, which I've been doing now for 16 years. I don't even make 3,000 broadcasts yet.
This is episode far too many of our series on the Quran and the Tafsir. And today we're finishing the story of the Green Prophet. I think this guy was an eco-prophet. He belonged to like the Green Party. So Islam obviously anticipated the green movement, you know, windmills and solar energy. And I mean, it was the desert, right? So I guess it sounds right.
Did you find any better pictures than the green weird stuff you were showing the other broadcast? You were showing some
I was
weird.
using my Allah-given intelligence to try to find a solution, okay?
And you couldn't find it.
Well, it was Allah-given intelligence. I did say that. Okay, so cut the guy some slack here.
All right. We'll help you on your Allah.
So to everyone, thanks for joining us. And again, let me remind you, because I always forget to do this. I almost never do. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Follow our guests. Support them as well. We have lots of content on this channel, and they also put out regular content on their channels. And JC, say something.
Yeah, JC, say something.
Well, lovely to have another conversation with you, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure, and to actually go through more interesting stuff. I really wanted to really be around when you finish the series on volume 1, at least, of Usama's work. So, yeah, very exciting stuff.
MashaAllah, look at this. The Bedouins said, we believed. Say, he did not believe, but say, we surrender. That is become Muslim as a result of fear. And the faith has not entered your hearts. It's true. It's true. Do you know the story behind that verse, Lloyd?
Basically, it's just comply. Do what we tell you.
Yeah. But that shows you how Islam spread. No kidding. That verse is a problematic for the Muslim believers. Why? Because what happened is Muhammad told them, and I'm not lying, it's true, it's written in the book. Muhammad said, I have been commanded by Allah to engage in war with people that these are the Bedouins, Arab, until they say there is no God except Allah and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. This is the Shahada. That is pillar number 1 Islam. And the people look around and look what Muhammad had been doing the last few months. He's killing the Jewish men, raping their wives and their daughters, and raising Muslim babies, him and his campaign taking their homes, their money, their possession. Go to Quran chapter 33, verses 26 and 27, as interpreted by all Muslim scholars. That's what Muhammad used to do to the Jews. So the bad ones, the Arab, got smart. They said, hey, the guy is almost 60 years old. He's about to die anytime of old age. Okay, Muhammad days, people live 60, they are old. Okay, 65, you're real old. So say, okay, we will say it, Muhammad. We say it. A little bit later, one of them said, well, we believe in Muhammad. Muhammad said, whoa. Time out. Muhammad and Allah knew, without any doubt, none of the Arab Bedouins who know Muhammad, who know everything about his claims, none of them believed. That's why Allah said, do not say we believe, but say we surrender, submit. Aslamna. La taqulu amanna, bal qulu aslamna. Why? Faith never enter your heart. You cannot be a believer. You don't have faith in what you believe. Okay? So the sad thing is, these people who joined that cult for the hope that Muhammad's going to die of old age a year, 2, 3 from now, and then we'll go back to whatever we used to be. They did not know the catch that after Muhammad died, there is Abu Bakr. After Abu Bakr died, there is Omar. After Omar died, there is Osman. After Osman died, there is Ali. After Ali died,
weren't they busy assassinating each other?
That is the first war. It's called the War of Apostasy. That's when Muhammad died. That's what happened. You're right, Lloyd. When Muhammad died, the day Muhammad died, many, I read that in the scholars' interpretation, many of the Arab, those who understand the Quran, those who understand Muhammad, left Islam. And Abu Bakr said, no way. And that's when, instead of he sent his armies to invade neighboring country, he kept his armies in Saudi Arabia until he settles that affair. How? He killed all those who left Islam because they were never Muslim to start with. Remember? They just said it. They submit as a result of fear. And obviously then they went out and engaged in war. But by the way, that is the narrative of Muslims.
I just want to
don't believe
mention
that
something
anymore.
here. You know, lately I've been noticing on social media, Don, it's something weird has just happened here. Let's do this again. For instance, someone like Paul Williams, you know, first Muslims were denying that Muslims invaded all sorts of countries, conquest, colonization, right? They denied this happened. Now they're trying to say, well, yes, it did happen, but it was virtuous, right? So they can no longer defend that Muslims never invaded. But notice, not long ago, they were making the claim that it was defensive. Muslims only engaged in defensive war. Now, here's Medina, okay, and here's Mecca. So they decided, you know what? We need to go here to Kabul and defend ourselves. And then bugger that, we're going up to Samarkand. We're going to defend ourselves there. And here we're going to go up all the way to the Caspian Sea and defend ourselves there. And bugger that, we're going all the way into France in the 600s and 700s, all the way through Spain into France to defend ourselves from those bloody Germans in the 600s and 700s. Because, they were just saying, you know what? You know what I think we should do? I think we should go defend ourselves in Pakistan right now. America should take some bombers, a whole bunch of planes, and go defend themselves in Pakistan and make Pakistan American. And then they should go defend themselves in Saudi, go defend themselves in Iran. I think America should go defend themselves proactively like the Muslims did.
But that will make American invaders, not defenders of themselves. When the Muslim does it, there's a word for it. When somebody else does it, there's the opposite word for it. And I always ask, when they came and invaded my home country, Egypt, did we Egyptians send any person out of Egypt to Saudi Arabia to start a war with Muhammad and his companions?
Nope.
Just give me a name of one beside the Coptic Mary, whom Muhammad was having good time with in his wife's Hafsa's bed, in her house, on her bed, on her night. Beside Mary, the Coptic woman whom Muhammad was having good time, I have never heard of any other Egyptian left Egypt and went to Saudi Arabia to start a war.
Yeah. So why do you think Muslims needed to defend themselves all the way from Mecca into France? You know,
Defend themselves.
Well,
Yeah.
you see, all of that was mostly peaceful conquest by the sword. And all that they did is they actually went into those lands and they told the locals, did you not hear that multiculturalism is your strength? And 2 generations later, things were a bit different.
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Phil, this
these
is
are all
the-
defensive. So if we do, so just tell Muslims, look, you know what, we're just fighting a defensive war.
Sure.
You know, I mean, like for instance, I'll tell you guys about defensive war. Like the other day, I was walking down the street, right, and there was this
Mhm.
tiny little dog that was close to me, and this dog was by a tree, and the dog picked up its leg, and I knew what it was going to do. I knew exactly what this dog was going to do, so I kicked the dog over the fence first before the dog could kick me.
That is a defensive. You defended your tree from the
No, the dog
unclean
was going
walk.
to kick me. I mean, that's why dogs pick up their legs. You could see he was going to kick me, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to have that. No dog's going to go around kicking me, so I kicked him first.
God help us. By the
That
way,
was
I did not.
defensive.
Yeah, I did not like the green map you made. This should be a red map, man. What green? What green have to do anything? Should be bloody.
By the way,
bloody
guys,
red.
I want to share something with the audience. An experiment was done where they tested Islam and the Quran on monkeys. So basically, monkeys were taught the Quran, and the results of the experiment are now in. And I want to share this with you guys. And here it is. This is a scientific test of
Wow. Wow. So let me understand that. There's a Muslim person inside the car, and there's a monkey outside in the woods, in the green area, wooded area, and the Muslim believer gave a Quran to the monkey. Is that what it is? Oh, look at the Quran in the second picture. The monkey is so happy. When he took the Quran, he was so, what? Oh my world, Allahu Akbar. What did the monkey read the Quran and went to all the way to chapter 8 and 9 and start?
So look, I mean, I think the lesson we can learn is that Quran is bad even for monkeys. Just make sure your monkey, just if you have a monkey, just don't let them read the Quran. That's the rule.
No, I have a problem with that. Seriously, I don't think this is true. Did this monkey learn about what is written in Quran chapter 5, Quran chapter 6 about he used to be a Jew?
No, the monkey is fighting defensive war. Okay, just so you know, the monkey is gone defensive.
Don't you know that, brother Lloyd? Please, man, don't take me a quick talk like that. In the word of Allah in the Quran, the Jewish people used to be Jewish people until Allah turned them to monkeys because he broke the Sabbath. Does this monkey understood if he performed jihad, shout Allah Akbar, and kill a Jew, he's killing his own people? Does he understand that?
No, I think maybe it's just meaning that you have to be a monkey to want to embrace the Quran. JC, do you have any thoughts before we dive into our regularly scheduled programming?
Oh my world! I can't believe it.
Just say that there's it's a very interesting experiment, and yeah, poor monkey. So he had to actually read the Quran. But now we read the Quran so that people at home don't have to do it. And if you have any monkeys, they can listen to what we have to say, so they don't have to read it. But you have to always approach that with caution because we don't want to trigger this experiment for people at home.
Yeah. So guys, just make sure you stay away from the Quran. Just make sure your animals, your pets.
Brother Lloyd, we need to stop the monkeys for getting in jihad and killing their own Jewish people because he need to learn. That monkey need to learn about this specific passage in the Quran to show him he should never kill a Jew because that is his ancestors. That's where he came from. Anyway, it's just my humble opinion. Maybe you don't like what I'm saying. I know you ignore me, Lloyd. That's okay, man. But it's not fair.
Right. So I think we need now today to go on our. So let us have a look at the story of Al-Khadr, the green prophet. So this is one of the greatest stories ever told. So let's pick this up. For those of you who've been following us on the last 48 episodes, I I hope you're not as traumatized as I am. So, now, so Muhammad, just to recap from when we, so apparently it is said by Ibn Abbas that Muhammad said in the night when Muhammad was taken to the seventh heaven, he smelled a good smell. And maybe he had a good sensation. Maybe he had a good time. Maybe he had a good walk or a good meal. Who knows? But but apparently heaven smells good. So guys, Allah has spoken, and he asked Jibril what the good smell was, and this was the smell of the wind from the tomb of the hairdresser. Okay, so I hope you have a hairdresser's tomb near you, so you too can smell good. What am I reading?
I'm sorry, Lloyd. I'm trying not to laugh, but the way you're reading, man, is like you are really enjoying it or you're really suffering. I don't know how to read your body language. Sometimes you're like very serious, and sometimes you're very funny. I don't. Which one are you?
I am trying to make the best of a bad situation.
Okay. Do you want me to open this to you in the Arabic language from the book?
No. It's okay.
قصص الأنبياء البداية والنهاية, and I will put it in Google Translation. If it will not say these words word for word, I quit. How about that?
Okay, so guys, so as you know, the Bible doesn't talk about hairdressers, but the Quran does. So the Quran has now as well invented hairdressing that smell good.
That's not the Quran. That is Ibn Kathir's writing, man. That is the interpretation of the best of the scholars of Islam to the Quran. Don't mix the Quran with the interpretation.
But okay, and he said that it was the start of the green, and that he was from the honorable of the children of Israel. So now this is, you know what, this is, oh my God, you know what this is? This is, you shouldn't mess with the Zohan. Hold on, hang on.
And if you mock this, that means you're belittling the words of the Prophet of Allah, Muhammad.
This is what it is. We found this is what we're talking about. The hairdresser. He was the Zohan. And you don't mess with the Zohan because he will blow you away.
With hair dryers.
All he wanted to be was a hairdresser, but they made him into a super soldier.
These are hot hair dryers. I can see the heat come out of it. I feel it.
Yeah, so there you go. So the Quran invented hairdressing, people, and there you go. It's just, so there you go. This is what the green is talking about, and I'm blown away by the wind.
That's hot wind, man. Not just wind. That's hot wind.
So guys, I mean, the Quran is being interpreted live here for you. We read it so you don't have to. So Jibril, the angel gibberish, went on to tell Muhammad that when the green became mature, his father married him to a woman and he taught her Islam, and he told her not to tell anyone. The green was not of those who have sex with women. Oh boy. The green was not one of those who have sex with women, doll, He doesn't have sex with women. So he divorced her. And his father married him to another one. Oh boy. And he taught her Islam, and he told her not to tell anyone. Then he divorced her as well because homo don't play that.
Nope.
So, and that's not gay at all, okay? Just so you guys know, this is not gay.
No. By the way, this have nothing to do with gay. He is just the one who does not like to do that with anybody, period. Not young, not old, not male, not females, period.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. So one of the women kept her faith in Islam secret, but the other one told everyone about her Islamic faith. And the green escaped to an island in the sea.
Notice when Ibn Kathir talked in the story, he actually almost imitate Muhammad, because when you read the story of the Quran, he will not tell you who did who. For example, two sons of Adam, one of them offered sacrifice and the other one offered sacrifice. It was accepted from one, but not from the others. You see what I'm saying? You don't tell you details about which one. Why can he tell us the first one kept the secret and the second wife kept the secret or did not keep it? No, he does not give you details. He let you use your imagination, and you can, could be this one, could be that one. It's like Muhammad.
This Zohan,
yeah.
This Zohan is ex-special forces, and obviously the green is like, we're talking about the same guy. And I know a story of a gay guy in the army, and they asked him, they said, Zohan, can you kill a man? And he said, oh, eventually, darling. So guys, just anyway, moving on.
I guess just before we move on, just very briefly, if you're saying that this guy was married to a woman and then he didn't do those things, so then he divorced her, and then that woman went away and started to teach people about Islam, I'm pretty sure that the ex-wife would just go around saying he's gay. I don't think that she would be going around saying, let me tell you all of the things that he taught me. No, I'm pretty sure that she would be just saying other stuff about him.
Well,
yeah, you're right. So, there you go. So there were two men collecting firewood, and one of them kept it secret, and the other one told about it. And he, the one who did not keep the secret, said, I saw Aez kill. All right, there you go. That's his name. Now you know the name. So just look him up. He's probably in Who's Who. If he's not in Who's Who, the Muslims publish a book called What's That? And he's probably in there. And then some people asked him, and who saw him with you? And he said, it was so and so. Very detailed, extremely specific. I am buying.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely unbelievable. Not to be believed. So they asked the man who kept the secret, since it was in their religion that whoever lies will be put to death, he was killed. And before his death, the man who kept the secret had been married to the woman who kept the secret. So, yeah, Azazel. I have, Scrunchy, you're right. Is it Azazel? I don't know, like a demon. Yeah, exactly. That's the name of one of the demons of hell. Then angel Gabriel, or Jibril, sorry, the angel gibberish said, when she, the woman who kept the secret, was combing the hair of how did we get here? This is like a movie with no continuity.
It's like, well, you know what? It seemed to me like you're reading the Quran, even though it's not the Quran. But go ahead. Similar.
Yeah.
Very similar.
And the comb fell from her hand, and she said that Pharaoh dozed.
No. The hair of Pharaoh's daughter. Why you skipped Pharaoh out, man? Read the sentence.
No, because look, remember, she was converted to Islam by a gay dude, and then she was talking to Pharaoh. So this is like what, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago. So Muslims were around. So there's definitely evidence for Islam thousands of years ago, or this is a book. This is a complete hogwash story.
Yep.
Yes, it does sound like a 4-year-old telling a story, and no characters, no names, no places, no context. In fact, these are not even people. These are what would you call it? These are there's a word for it. JC, what was the word that we had? These are like archetypes.
You're thinking archetypes.
Yeah, these are archetypes. It's not even people. It's not specific. Who's buying this story? I mean, this sounds like a bunch of garbage, but that's just me.
I would say that the Quran, because it doesn't have any stories, then these guys have to try to join the verses together by creating stories. But if there is one thing that we can deduce from this writing, is that nobody was proofreading what they were writing, because anyone would have asked, even Kathir or whoever it was, sorry, you're talking about the hairdresser. Who is this hairdresser? These people don't have a supervisor. They don't go around and then they get the stories from, the population, and then they put them together. This is a guy sitting down, being paid by the hour to just write, just whatever comes to his mind, and he's not very bright. This is what we can see here.
Yeah. I like these comments we have here from our friend here, that in Christianity, we do not have secrets. In Christianity, if we don't confess Christ before men, he will not confesses before the angels and the Father. And it's something amazing about Islam, especially as Islam moved in the New World, as they have been in England for many years and all over Europe, and so is Canada and America and Australia. You will never know there's a Muslim in your community. When do you find out there's Muslim community? Oh, when they have large number. That's when you start seeing ladies in the hijab and men growing up their beard, and that's when they demand to have their mosque. But you can have Muslims in your community, in your society for 25, 30 years, and you will never know that there was one there. So the secretive, I think there's a lesson we learn from the stories of the scholars of Islam or the stories of Muhammad. If this was invented by Muhammad, it is okay to deny your faith in Islam. You go to Quran chapter 2 and verse 225. Allah will not hold you responsible for your utter an oath when you lie in your oath. You go to another verse in the Quran that Allah will not, if you deny Allah before men, it's okay as long as your heart is secure in faith. It is the secretism and the keeping the secret life in Islam. It's a norm. It's very norm. You can lie and you can cheat, whatever.
Miguel says that he's convinced that he's going to do the atishu. So yeah, that's great. I'm so glad. I'm so glad the truth is now speaking to you. So Pharaoh dozed. So we had Muslims, believe it or not, you had a Muslim hairdresser in Pharaoh's court 5,000 years ago. True story. True story. The story of the Muslim hairdresser in Pharaoh's court. I mean, this would make a great movie, right? The Muslim hairdresser in Pharaoh's court. What do you think, Usama? Make a great. What do you think, JC? Do you want to write a book with this name?
I like cartoon. I will not put it in a real movie, but you can make it in a cartoon movie. That'll be good.
But actually, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, if you wanted to tell a story and then you say this thing happened 4,000 years ago, it's like, who's going to prove you wrong?
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, you know what? I'm still waiting for Muslims to show me coins from early Palestine from like 2,000 years ago. You know, I'm still waiting for them to tell me what was the name of the religious text that these famous Palestinians used, or can you show me one of their temples? What was it called? What was the name of their religion? Where was the temple cited? You know, where they mention in all the archaeological records. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And exactly, they can't tell you exactly about the Muslim hairdressers that were working for Pharaoh's daughter. I don't think they can help us out here. I think this is made up myself, but so Pharaoh dozed, so she told her father. And the woman had 2 sons and a husband. Definitely not generic at all. So Pharaoh sent to them. Okay, so Pharaoh had woken up from his doze. Just so you guys know, he was no longer dozing. Okay. And he sent to them asking to leave their religion, and they refused to leave their religion. So Pharaoh said, I will surely kill you both, husband and wife. So Pharaoh was a Muslim, because if you leave your religion, he'll kill you. That's what Muslims do. So
Lloyd, let me ask a question. Why you're assuming that religion they're talking about is Islam? I mean, where do you come up with this? I mean, I see you talking about as Islam. Ibn Kathir did not say, Muhammad did not say, it's just a religion. They kept it secret as a religion, and Pharaoh wants them to leave the religion, which they kept it secret, and they choose not to. That's why he's gonna kill them. You see, it's like, why can't you take it as a parable instead of a true story?
Yeah. Hey, Thunderous, I just sent you a link to the studio, so please join us. So they said, if you kill us, do us a favor and bury us in one tomb.
Wow, that's an easy request.
So he buried them in one tomb, but he didn't kill them first, I'm guessing. He just buried them.
No, he killed them. No, he killed them, yeah. I remember that part.
I did not find any better fragrance than from them, and indeed they entered the garden.
Paradise.
So he's basically saying that these Muslims smelled great while dead. So that's awesome. Muhammad didn't smell good while dead. That's weird. Yeah.
Brother, that's why the smell keep coming out of the tomb all these years. You see? You got it?
You know, I don't have an IQ low enough to appreciate this story. I'm sorry.
Man, you infidels, I don't know how can I help you.
So Ibn Kathir stated that this story is also mentioned by Ibn Ka'b and Ibn Abbas. And
You know, Ibn
Allah
Abbas is the ink
knows-
of the war of the Muslim nation. If Ibn Abbas said the story, it's true. Now I changed my mind. I did not know Ibn Abbas said that. Okay? So, and Allah knows best, of course. Allah knows best.
Is it worth just to remind the audience that everything that we're reading here, all of the research of Usama, this is about the best scholars of Islam. This is not just some random guy. These are the best of the best. So probably don't go looking for the worst of the worst.
Oh, no. No. Ibn Kathir is good. I like Ibn Kathir. When he speaks the truth, he speaks truth, especially when he quotes the top narratives of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas, you know, Ibn Ka'b. They're powerful people, man.
you know, seriously, people just need to go on X and post this nonsense. Say, prove to us there was a Muslim hairdresser in Pharaoh's court. Please do that.
Not a Muslim, man, a believer, because he maybe believe in different religions, but
Come on, it says they were taught Islam.
I know, but Islam, it means submission to Allah, to believe in Allah and submit to Allah in your heart, you know?
Yeah, this is. So why was he called the Green? Now, this is the 63-cent question. Why was he called the Green? And there are many opinions about this, just like Muslims have many opinions about everything. Of course, they will do the tap dance. Abu Huraira said that Muhammad said it was because he sat on a white sheepskin. Yeah, that's what I always, when someone sits on something white, I call them greenie. I've done that a lot of times. You've probably done it.
No. Read the rest of the story. What happened when he sat on the white sheepskin?
So, behold, it was shaking from behind him green. Okay, that's a new detail. That is something. So, guys,
Think about it. He's sitting in a white sheepskin and it was shaking under him, and it literally everything come out from behind him. It was green. I don't know what he's doing, man. What do you do when you sit on a white sheepskin and everything from behind you turn to green? Because
I literally have a white sheepskin in the lounge. I can sit in it and you guys can see if anything green comes up from there.
No.
I'm not really sure how the physics of that actually works. I don't really want to think about it. But the sentence, when it begins there with, there are many opinions about this, but hang on a minute. If the next bit is Abu Huraira said that Muhammad said, that said, there are not many opinions. It should be this thing, because it's the whole point of Islam, that you would get things from Ibn Abbas or somebody very close to Muhammad, and he would
Abu
just give
Huraira,
an answer.
Abu Huraira and Muhammad, they were together, man. If Abu Huraira said it, it's true. I don't need another opinion. You're absolutely right, JC. What is the point of telling me another opinion? Are you trying to tell me that Muhammad was a liar in the first opinion with Abu Huraira?
So the sheepskin is the original green screen. So they needed the green screen to make the epic Muhammad story.
Amen. Now, tell me about Abdul Razak.
Okay, well, since you asked, Abdul Razak said that the frawa was the white grass, or what looks like it, meaning the dry grass. Others, however, said that the frawa was the land which does not grow plants. The head frawa was the skin of the head with all the hair on it.
Are you lost yet?
I'm trying to think maybe it was like a hobbit's foot with all the hair, but an old hobbit with white hair on the foot.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I like this idea.
Yeah, it takes a lot of ta'weed to
listen to Al-Qurtubi have a different opinion, man. Al-Qurtubi. Tell me about Al-Qurtubi.
Al-Qurtubi, now, I mean, everyone knows he's the goat, right? Al-Qurtubi said that he was named the green because of his goodness and his shiny face.
Hey, look at me, man. I have shiny face.
You are so
shiny
green.
head.
You are so green. JC, you are so green too. I think you're very green.
We're all very green. At this point, the only thing that would make sense if it says he was called the green because he was an alien from Mars. It's like, but hang on a minute. Why do they have so many opinions? It also, why would Ibn Kathir write, this is what Muhammad said, and then say, and other people said these things? It's like, no, don't write those things down. It doesn't matter if Rashid, who sells you the groceries, tells you a different story. You are supposed to say what Muhammad said. That's the only thing that matters. But in these
You got
tafsirs,
No,
they're making things up hard.
listen, people. You got so much opinions. Leave your opinions for yourself.
I
Listen to
solved
the
this.
opinions. Yep.
He's called
yep.
the green because he is the man who invented the proverb that said the grass is greener on the other side.
The cow said that.
The green said that.
Yeah.
So he was the inventor. So Muslims, Islam invented another great thing. The saying
Yeah.
that the grass is greener on the other side.
What about Mujahid?
Mujahid said that he was named the green because whenever he stood to pray, everything around him turned green.
Wait a minute. Muhammad prayed in Mecca for how many years? And he left the desert. And that guy here, every time he stand up to pray somewhere, it turned to green. Why can't Muhammad make something green when he prayed all these years in Mecca and Medina, and it's still desert until today.
Yeah. So the most obvious explanation for this fictitious person being the green, if in fact there was one, was simply that green was well known to have been Muhammad's favorite color. So maybe he invented the person on a whim when he happened to think of his favorite color. And the story of Moses and Yosha meeting with the green man has already been covered in Quran 18 in our section on Moses. Ibn Kathir gave the proof that the green was a prophet. Everybody's a prophet. The first proof was Allah calling him our servant. The second proof was his position as shown by the manner in which he addressed Moses as the great prophet and generous messenger. So if I had to say, hi, Moses, you're the famous Moses, the prophet and messenger I heard about, that would make me a prophet too. Just so you...
MashaAllah.
Smash Allah. Smash Allah. Exactly. Yeah. I am... Wow. I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. Unbelievable.
I see.
Actually, this is starting to look like, like you see particularly in comedies, when someone just makes up a story, says, sorry, honey, I was with a friend, and says, oh, really? What is the name of the friend? And then the guy just looks and just says the first thing that he looks at. So it's almost like they asked that to Muhammad, like, sorry, who is this messenger? And then he's looking around, he sees something green and goes, the green prophet, yes, trust me. Like he's making it up just based on the things that are around him.
Right. And just so you guys know, because I don't want to hide Allah's knowledge and wisdom from you, the hikmah is on full display today. Moses was a humble messenger, and he was searching for the green for 8 years. And this is another proof that the green was a prophet. In fact, the prophet to the prophets, because the prophet Moses was looking for the green. In fact, we know he was looking for the green because, as everyone knows, in chapter 7 of book 5, verse 3, line 5, word 2, section 6, subsection point 3, that Moses said, show me the money, which is a reference to the green, because Moses was in it for the money. And so the green was the thing that Moses got because he was looking for the green.
I almost believed you until you said, show me some money. And I know Moses never said that. What you said before, show me some money, was very convincing. I think you're a big liar, man. You almost make me believe you.
I'm going to start writing my own tafsirs. I'm going to start making a verse just like it. And his knowledge and... Sorry, JC?
Are you saying, Usama, that these things are not in the Bible?
No, not even in the Quran.
Oh, wow.
It is extra edition of fabrication of the scholars of Islam. I don't know, they quote Muhammad everywhere. But you see, this is the problem. If Muhammad said A, Muhammad could not say B and C. Unless Muhammad was a multiple personnel, what do you call it? The people who have demon possessed, they come up with different answer for the same question, and you have to take them for their words. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, but keep going, man. I'm so excited about
Artsy Nerdy Wordy has now changed her name to The Blue. And I know what you're going to say when we say The Blue said that Abu Hurairah said that Muhammad said, The correct answer is the blue who? It's to start rehearsing and practicing now, okay?
Mhm.
And because it's actually she's actually, because this is better than the Quran, because think, the green who doesn't sound as good as the blue who. See, it rhymes. So she wrote a better verse like it.
Mary Lou, like the blue. Yeah, I like it. It's good. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. So his knowledge and his secret knowledge were even more proof. He was a prophet. Now, we haven't even established who this frickin' person was, that they existed, where, when, how. But now,
Whoa. You missed a portion I have in the top. We already covered that in Quran chapter 18 in our session of Moses. Don't tell me you don't know who is a guy. Go to Quran chapter 18 and you will read the answer, which will not give you any satisfaction, because still, even after read Quran chapter 18, you will not know who is that guy was. Okay?
I don't know who anybody is in this story, or any story we've read so far.
You mean you don't like my writing? It's because you're arrogant? Why can't you humble yourself and
No,
learn
I like
from my
logic and reason and context. I'm, you know.
It feels almost, yeah, if Usama had just taken all of the context out, but we know that this is actually what it is from Ibn Kathir and so on. I have a problem there when it says his knowledge and his secret knowledge were even more proof. It's like, hang on a minute. How can you know someone's secret knowledge? The only way that you can know is if he tells you the knowledge. But if it's secret, it's like I tell you, don't worry, I know how the universe works. But it's a secret, so you don't get to know. So I'm just bluffing. You know what I mean?
No,
Secret knowledge means nothing.
That's it. That's your problem is you both have so much logical thinking. You need to stop using your brain so you can fit with the material I'm sharing with you. You're so fooled by using logic and common sense. Forget about that which exists in your head between your ears. Stop thinking, and you see that Islam is beautiful. And after he took the Shahada, inshallah, you will be okay. You will see it very normal. Okay, trust me in that. I know that.
Dun. When the green killed the young man, it was a revelation from the angel, the knower. For no one would kill a soul simply because a thought comes into his head. So how did we get this? Escalated real fast. We went from being green to secret knowledge to, and then the body. You know, the thing about the body was, you're like, wait. How did we get from here to here? Where's the bit in the middle?
Quran chapter 18. When you go and read about Alexander, about the green met with Moses, and they saw that little boy who was playing with the other kids, and he said, "Come here, I want to talk to you. Come here." And the little boy go and meet with the Prophet Green, and he slaughter him, cut his head off. When he did that, this was not just the thought in his head. This was the wisdom of Allah given to that green prophet. And later he taught Moses the reason he did what he did, because if that boy would have grown, he would be a bad boy and he would lead his father and his mother to infidelity. And now perhaps Allah will give them a better boy who will not do such evil thing to them. You got the idea? See now? I can teach you what I wrote.
Great. That's great. So the prophet of beheading was.
Yeah, that feels almost like the story that you tell to the children. If you are bad, it's like almost the Santa Claus, but actually being a lot worse. It's like if you are bad, maybe Allah will kill you, and then we will have a better kid than you. It's like, this is horrible.
And the funny thing is, in the Quran, perhaps, I mean, even Allah does not know if the new person who's going to be given to his mom and dad will be a good boy. Maybe he will be even worse. Who knows?
You know what? I don't have the vocabulary for this. Now, Cain, as we know, did kill Abel, right? And the green killed this young man who was still a child, because he knew that if he grew up, he would become an infidel and would cause his parents to sin. Yes, because of their love for him. And the killing of this man was a great good. I am killing you in the name of Allah for the greater good. This was a
Amen.
proof that the green was a prophet because he beheaded a child.
And yet, a little boy. Little
Okay,
boy.
this sounds good. I mean, who's ready to say the Sha Na now, the Atishu, or whatever it is that? Great.
Ooh, man, sad.
I cannot see anything more foolish than this. Yeah, that's foolish is a very mild word. So what kind of prophet would kill a child before the age of puberty because he will sin? What kind of God would send such a prophet? And if this were true, there would not be anybody left alive because scripture teaches that all have sinned. But that boy was the worst. That little kid, he was really bad. So the final proof that the green was a prophet, besides murder, because murder is definitely a sign of prophethood, you know, murdering kids is a big sign of prophethood. So yeah, I mean, if you guys want to be a prophet in Islam, just kill a bunch of kids. Like everyone in Hamas is now a prophet. Do any of these
Amen.
actions by his own choice, but because it was Allah's command, hey, go murder some kids for me.
Allah said so.
And Moses realized that he was a great prophet, as written in the Quran, and I did not do it of my own affair. This is offensive. This is offensive.
No, this is Islam. Now you're rejecting Islam.
Oh my, yeah. You know, one day I think look if in your country you're not allowed to burn the Quran, maybe what you should do is read the Quran while in the smallest room in the house, right? And then make a video showing everyone, you know, now these pages of this book are in front of me, but soon these pages will be behind me. You know, and I'm sure you can fill in the blanks from there. And you know,
You're terrible. You're bad influence, Lloyd.
you know what?
But
I can feel my
it-
Islamophobia rising, and I thought it couldn't get any
Yeah.
worse. But, yeah.
But here's my advice: if you guys gonna do what Lloyd asked you to do, please do first before you hold the Quran in your hand. Do first, okay?
Yeah. Actually, you know, yeah, if the child was predestined to be an infidel and the boy had no hope of changing, does that mean free will doesn't exist? Yeah, because in Islam, everything is predestined. Allah guides all actions. You have free will outside of Allah. Yeah, so
Allah guide whom He will and leads astray whom He will. End of story. End of story. And he's like, what? Ibn Kathir said, what? You see, there is some connection between you and Ibn Kathir's agreement on he could not be an angel, you know? But let me ask a question. In the Quran, do we have angels who were messengers? In the Quran, do we have angels who were messengers?
I mean, there were angels
I
that
can
brought
repeat.
messages to people. Like, I mean, what an angel told Lot a story. There were angels who spoke to various
Abraham,
individuals.
before Lot, Abraham, the angels sent from Allah to Abraham, and they were talking with him like people, like prophets. So I don't know why, because he rejects the idea that he could be an angel too. I mean, how do you know? The Quran teaches that. So it's like internal contradiction between. I mean, does Ibn Kathir disagree with what Allah does in the Quran? That makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So Ibn Kathir does tell us there are disagreements among Muslim scholars, but why the Green Prophet is still alive today.
Yeah, he's only 6,000 years old. Remember, I told you he buried Adam, and Adam made the commitment, whoever bury me, Allah will give him long life, and he is now enjoying the long life because he
Do we
buried
have an address
Adam.
for this guy? A country, maybe?
No, we're not going to tell you where he's at right now. Exactly. We can't do that.
I mean, is he beheading little boys lately? I mean, like, does he have a white van these days?
Not, listen, you're trying to be smart and you're mocking the teaching of the great scholar of all. And we are not excited about your talk. Okay?
Some said, yeah, it was because he buried Adam.
Yeah,
Oh,
see,
wow.
here it is. I just said it a minute ago. It's true. I'm not making it up. MashaAllah.
So
Wait a
Adam was
minute.
alive at that point.
No. You have to understand. The green prophet was alive in Adam's days, and he is the one who buried Adam. Remember? And then Adam was taken on Noah's ark because he does not want his body to get wet. And then when they left Noah's ark, Noah asked, who will bury Adam? So the green volunteered and he buried Adam again. And because he did it, Allah blessed him with long life, because it was a covenant between Allah and Adam and whoever they bury him. After
About the ark, okay? It's because people were on the ark for a long time.
agreement about the green in the writing of the scholars. When you add one or two disagreement, it will makes no difference. You can even take them to the days of Moses, because when they went to Egypt, they carry his body with them to Egypt, and then when they left Egypt with Moses, Moses says, who will bury the Adam? And then the green volunteered to bury him. So this is the story number 59. You want me to make you another one? How much information can you carry, man? I'll share with you more. As a matter of fact, after the resurrection of our Lord Jesus, he told his disciples, who will bury Adam? And the green raised his hand and he said, me. And he buried Adam again. You see?
Right.
Yes, it feels like they created the story that the green was there basically from the beginning of time, and the people were telling that story, and then they realized, no, hang on a minute, he would have died during the flood. And then they have to say, no, he was actually in the ark. So it's like they create one story that makes no sense. But then, because that becomes divine, is part of their canon, they have to make up more stories to make the whole thing fit, because they find more plot holes. So this is how you write a very, very poor story.
Listen, JC, I don't like when you say make up story. We scholars of Islam don't make up story. We just tell you the story. Okay? We just reporters. We report you the truth, and it's up to you to believe it or not, because the Quran teaches no compulsion in religion. Okay?
You know this guy Usama. He just said the smartest thing I've read this whole time. Yeah. Others said it was because he drank from the spring of life, and that there are many proofs that he is still alive today. And then he says, where are these many proofs?
I just need one. If you say many, can you share with me one? I need one proof.
I'm told there's up to 300 prophets buried around the Kaaba. How about we just get the body of one that's still alive?
But these are buried. I'm talking about a living prophet, man. You confuse me and the audience.
Praying.
I am so, and now you give me
Did the green actually bury all of the prophets under the Kaaba? Maybe it was him all along.
You
know, he only buried the body of Prophet Adam, peace be upon him.
He probably shot JFK as well. Seriously, this guy.
Hey, yesterday I heard two facts from, there's a senator we have here in Louisiana. His name is John Kennedy. That guy is so sharp, is so good. And he said some facts blow my mind. He said 3 things they don't hang themselves. Okay, drywall. Somebody have to hang up the drywall, wallpaper, and Austin. This guy you're talking about, who has the covering from the Kaaba from
Epstein,
Jefferson. Yeah, he said he did not hang himself. So I don't know. Should I believe John Kennedy or should I believe what the media are telling us, man? Anyway, so now let's move on to the green.
Yeah. So let's see. And then Moses asked for his advice, and he advised Moses by telling him, be useful and do no harm, because that's what you tell doctors, do no harm, the Hippocratic Oath. So Islam invented the Hippocratic Oath, people, just so you know. Be content, or be content. I think that, be YouTube content, because this is definitely YouTube content. And do not be angry. Do not rush into evil. Do not walk in need.
What a great advice. I mean, whoa. Think about it. Don't you see great advice here? Don't you see wisdom here? If I will follow these commands, do not, my wife will love me even more. Think about it. For you, married men, if you don't do these things we said don't, man, what marriage you have in your life?
Yeah, this is great
Overlap.
advice. This is great advice.
Yeah.
So and then behead the kids if God tells you. If you hear the voice in your head, go and behead the little boys. And the green advised Moses not to laugh except in wonder.
Oh. Now I know the green prophet was a Muslim. Do you know that Allah in the Quran said, do not rejoice? Surely Allah does not love the rejoicing one. No kidding. That's a verse in the Quran. Surely Allah does not love the rejoicing one. Now I know that the green was a Muslim believer. Now we got it.
Yeah. So exactly. Where I was thinking the same thing. Where is the spring of life exactly? You know?
That is the one I saw in the movie where people drink from it, they live young and healthy forever.
Yeah, this is possibly a play on the idea of Jesus is the spring of life, and whoever drinks of him will have eternal life. It's probably a corruption of that idea. So, yeah, the green advised Moses not to laugh except in wonder. Muslim scholars added many more pieces of advice, as written in many hadiths by monotheism. But they are very lengthy and like a fairy tale. You know what's interesting? Why don't they name the guy, give a place, give a date, give a specific location?
Yeah, so
why
you can go and meet with him. Oh, if he tells you that you're gonna go and meet with him and you ask him and you talk with him, he wanted to be secretive. He does not want to be meet with anybody, talk to anybody. Imagine CNN and Fox News and CBS and MSNBC, all of them go and do an interview with him. You can't do that. See?
Right, yeah. And if we don't give you the details, you can't prove us wrong because we have these vague stories. So Ibn Kathir ended the stories by saying these are made-up stories by Zachariah ibn Yahya. Why did they try to make these Jewish names sound and Christian names sound Muslim, Jewish, Christian? Zachariah, Ibn, so you have Jewish, Arabic, and Yahya is just an Arabization of John. What the hell is going on here? The Egyptian, by the way.
My people are here. You see it? Can't you see that? MashaAllah. I'm happy.
Another said that he was a liar. Hell, I'm calling them all a bunch of liars.
Hey, look, that actually sounds like he was really making this up, and he knew two names. He knew John, son of Zachariah. So in here, he just simply inverted it and said, "There you go. There you have the story. Simple as that."
Yeah.
Ibn
Ibn
Asakir said that the green and Elijah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I thought the green was Elijah. Now it's the green and Elijah fasted. The month of Ramadan every year. When the heck was Elijah a Muslim fasting during Ramadan?
Elijah, listen, Elijah was a true Muslim prophet. He fasted Ramadan all his life. Ask Muhammad, he would tell you that. It's true.
Give me some evidence. Give me evidence.
There's no evidence for anything when it comes to Allah, Muhammad, Jibreel, Islam. Zero evidence.
They perform the Hajj every year and they drank from the Zamzam. I am ready to start screaming at this point.
No. Don't scream. Your wife, she's going to wake up. She's going to beat the daylight out of you in front of all of us, and you'll be embarrassed for the rest of your life. Don't scream. Whatever you do.
Zachariah is a very common Egyptian name.
No, we don't have anybody in Egypt by the name Zachariah. None of the pharaohs were Zachariah. None of the slaves were Zachariah. We don't have Zachariah. Okay, period. Trust me.
Sure, there wasn't like a Pharaoh Michael or Pharaoh.
We don't have Pharaoh Michael.
There was no Pharaoh Cecil. Cecil the Pharaoh.
We have Khafra. We have Munkara. We have Khufu. We have. Tommy? I mean, we have different names.
Pharaoh not Tommy, Zachariah. Maybe.
No, Ramses, yeah, but not Zachariah. I know for sure. No.
Oh my God! So first the green was Elijah, and now he was with Elijah. Oh my God! Anyway, and
listen.
Yeah, and they only drank once a year at the Zamzam, which satisfied their need for water until the following year.
Awesome. All we need is one glass of Zamzam water, man. You don't need to drink anymore. Remember, Jesus says, whoever drinks from me shall not thirst again. That's the whole idea. the living water. Go ahead.
Ibn Asakir also stated that Al-Walid ibn al-Malak
Wait,
ibn Marwan.
wait. What is Ibn Asakir? Ibn Asakir. There's no Asakir.
Ibn Asakir. Ibn. Sorry. Let me try that again. I am a sucker. Also stated that Al-Walid ibn al-Malak ibn Marwan, the one who built the mosque of Damascus, prayed in the mosque alone one night. He commanded the people to leave the mosque, so they did. When it was evening, he entered the mosque and found a man standing to pray. So he said to the people weren't there. There's only one guy. What the hell? Have I not commanded you to leave the mosque? And they said, yes, O Prince of the Believers, this is the green. He comes every night to pray. Oh, and he didn't know that. This was one of the so-called proofs that he was still alive in the days of the Prince of the Believers. There are many stories, as mentioned above, that Ibn Kathir used in his book to try to prove the existence of the green. And many stories were given to prove he's still alive today. But Ibn Kathir inserted many stories about the green, which he even himself declared not to be true. And Allah is a liar.
No, Allah knows best.
Sorry, I misread. It was an easy mistake to make.
Yeah.
Okay. Is the mosque still there? Because we can go there and he will be praying there. He was praying there every night. Maybe he hasn't stopped. No?
So you say again, JC?
That if it says that the green was praying in that mosque every night, he might be doing it. So maybe we go, we knock on the door, and we see him. Simple.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
If we go to the
mosque, which one though?
The Aqsa Mosque. It is the Aqsa Mosque built by Marwan. You know, Ibn al-Malik Ibn Marwan is the one who built it. We know which one.
So
we can go check it out
every night.
You know what? We can keep it dark, and we have this green things you put in your face, and you can see people walking. Or we can put some.
You were Sam Fisher from a Splinter Cell.
I don't know what that
Please
is.
no. Please no.
How about secret camera? We can catch him on cameras. We can send the CIA people.
Okay, yeah. So, right. This is the best of deceivers, except this person is not very good at this. Not very good at all. So this is one of the proofs he was still alive. And Allah talks a lot of nonsense. Muhammad said that the Antichrist will come near the city, but he will not be able to enter the city. So on that day, a man will come out to him who is the best of people. He will say to him, you are the Antichrist, which the apostle of Allah, Muhammad, told us about. So the Antichrist will say, will you see if I kill this man and bring him back to life? Will you doubt on the matter? They will say, no. So the Antichrist will kill him and bring him back to life. Then the man who was killed and came back to life will say to him, I swear by Allah, now I see you even better. Death has fixed my eyesight, and now I have better eyes.
2020, man, 2020.
Hindsight. And so the Antichrist will desire to kill him again, but he will not be able to. And Muammar said that he was told he will put a sheet of brass on his throat, and he knows that he is the green which the Antichrist will kill and bring to life. And many Muslim scholars agree that he was the green who will be alive until the time of the coming of the Antichrist, which will come at the end of time. However, other scholars believe that the green will die like everybody else, as written in the Quran, which says, and we did not make it for humans before you to dwell forever. Therefore, if the green was human, he must die. That is, unless we have another proof. Well, the guy exists. He's in the mosque in Damascus or wherever the heck. Let's go ask him.
Yeah, but it's not that easy. Yeah.
You're right, but if the green is still alive, then Momo is not the final prophet. Thank you, Scrunchy.
I never even thought of that. You see, now somebody is correcting my writing. I need to add this in my editing. The next book. Okay, I'll add it, and of course I'll give credit to myself like I always do. I don't like to give people credit for any new thoughts or ideas.
Yeah. Formidable whatnot, formidable faith, 69. Yeah, go 69 somewhere else, buddy. But embrace it, Lloyd. Yeah. Changing the subject isn't gonna see. We no longer are worried about Islam. We find it hysterically stupid. It's funny. We make fun of it. It is genuinely that stupid. It would be nice if you can actually provide some evidence to back up these ridiculous claims by these ridiculous Islamic scholars that we're supposed to take seriously, that try to make sense of the ridiculous book called the Quran. Because Islam is falling apart in real time. It is not surviving a historical and logical critique. Unfortunately, we can all see
Why?
that it is just a bunch of holes held together with gibberish.
Yeah, that's why, Lloyd, the only hope for Islam to continue to exist, especially in the West, is for Muslims to pass laws all over the world of Islamophobia, which means anyone like three of us right now who come to a channel like that and we start talking about Islam to expose it, we will be arrested and put in prison or maybe even killed by the Muslims. And that's how you see Islam flourish again. Silence anyone who will critique or speak against Islam. That will bring the victory of Allah and Muhammad and Islam.
Usama,
But
10 years ago, there were no non-Muslims or ex-Muslims, sorry. Now they're everywhere. There was denial about it.
In the millions. That's the truth.
And the green is human and must die, but Jesus did not die even in Islam, so he is therefore not human. And we did not make it for humans before you to dwell forever. So Jesus was taken straight to heaven to be with Allah. Muhammad died on earth. He was poisoned to death by a Jewish woman. So yeah, I think this puts Jesus well ahead of Muhammad.
Actually, just another thing. According to the Sirah of Muhammad, when Salman finds Muhammad, he says, I actually saw a man that appears once a year. People go and he prays for all of them and they are all healed. And Muhammad says to Salman, if you are speaking the truth, then that is Jesus, the son of Mary, which means Jesus would still be coming back every year to heal people for some reason, but Muhammad is gone. This is according to the Sirah.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, I think we've just got a whole bunch of there's a lot of butthurt Muslim trolls lately. They can't answer the questions we're putting forward. They cannot defend the errors that we see here, the obvious plot holes and fallacies and just ridiculous myths that are being put forward. But what they will come on and do is just insult. That's all they can do to try to hopefully take us away from our focus. But at this point, Muslims need to realize if you go on X, if you go on various platforms, there was a time Muslims could baffle us with BS because not everybody was very clued up. But now, average people on social media are hitting back hard against all of these stories that Muslim apologists were telling. And they're starting to retreat into more and more ridiculous stories because the old stories are failing. They no longer work. They're not even worth trying anymore.
And by the way, Lloyd,
Yeah,
if any Muslim watch one of our 50 broadcasts on book volume 1, you don't need to watch 2 or 3 of them. Just watch one. You will say goodbye to Allah, Muhammad, Jibreel, and Islam. One. I pick up any one of the previous 50. I promise you. Within an hour, you're going to say goodbye. If you want to use logic or common sense, if you want to keep wearing the Islamic glasses, a black, thick glass where you can't see nothing through it, for sure, Islam is the truth. Muhammad is the prophet. Allah is God. Jibreel is the greatest angel. And the green prophet is still alive today. So you can go on with which one you like.
Yeah, and like we said the other day, Lloyd, with the Muslims, they have been told to change the topics, to ask other questions. They don't want us to actually talk about these things. So we know what we have to do is actually talk about these things. For our friend, what was it? Formidable Faith. If you're still listening, please come over to my channel. I would love to block you over there as well. So please.
Yeah. He says, yeah, you seem so calm and incapable at the same time. Like, well, how is that even relevant? That we should have a Quran burning day during Ramadan. Yeah.
I believe the greatest insult to Islam, to the Quran, is actually reading it. When you burn a book, people do not even know what's in it. It's a problem. But I prefer we just keep reading the book for the world. And the Muslims who never read the Quran, when they hear us reading their own Quran, they will leave Islam. When you burn the Quran, you make Muslims hate us more, and they hold tight to the Quran in their chest that they cannot even let it go so they can read it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I am against burning the Quran. I am for reading the Quran. And trust me, if the whole world, if the big media start reading the Quran, the Muslims will demand stop reading our Quran. You see, when they came to Egypt 1400 years ago, they put us in a situation where we have to write down with our own hand in the Pact of Omar in Egypt, we will not teach our children the Quran. Guys, I read that when I was in high school. I was 18 years old, and I could not figure out in my mind why the Muslims 1400 years ago do not want the Egyptian Christian Coptic to teach their children the Quran. It did not make any sense. It's like, what? I want to make sure that it's written, we will teach our children. No, we will not teach our children. I couldn't understand why. Until, just 10 years or 15 years ago, when I started digging into deep in the Quran and started writing these materials, wow, the more you know about the Quran, the more it is very easy to destroy Islam. And I go to the West and I hear you guys and I love you. All what you want to do is just burn the Quran. All what you want to do is just put a sliced piece of bacon in the pages of the Quran. All what you want to do is just put some blood of pork on the pages of the Quran. No, just read it. You read it, you destroy Islam. You teach it to your children, Islam end on planet Earth. You burn it, Muslims get more mad. They start blowing up churches and burn some synagogues and kill the Jews and Christians everywhere they go because, oh, you're the enemy of Allah. No, we love Allah so much, we're going to read his book, we're going to memorize his verses, and we're going to recite it out loud for you, our dear Muslim friends. Here we go. We are in the story of the prophet, the green prophet. Not only we're going to read you the green story, the prophet, the green in Quran chapter 18, we'll actually share with you the scholars of Islam interpretation. Now, are you Muslim proud of your prophet, the green prophet? Are you proud of your Allah and your Muhammad and your Quran and your... Are you proud of your scholars, Ibn Kathir and Al-Tabari and Al-Qurtubi and Al-Jalalain and Al-Baydawi and the Makhshari? Oh, mashallah, mashallah. Stay stupid. But if you have some logic and common sense, as we read your own books, not only the Quran, but the scholars' interpretation of the Quran, you will say, oh, there's something stupid about my cult. It's time for me to say goodbye. I don't want my children to believe in this garbage life, which my ancestors believed in it without knowing it, as I did not know until today. Or, you Muslim burn your own Quran, but I'm not going to burn your Quran. I promise you, I will never burn the Quran. I will keep insulting Allah, Muhammad, and Jibreel and the scholars of Islam by simply reading what they have wrote for you, not Muslims, and you have never bothered to read. I will read it for you. That's my heart desires.
Right, yeah. So, and Muslims are being mocked on social media too for, yeah, nothing about this makes any sense.
Sure. It is Islam.
It is Ramadan, so in other words, it's the time for the bombathon to start to worry about exploding Muslims, because it is that season. It is the season of the it's exploding Muslim season. So Ibn Kathir said, if all the prophets in Muhammad's day were alive, they would be responsible to be Muhammad's followers, obey his commands and follow his laws, which took place when he was lifted up to the seventh heaven. He was raised up above all the prophets, and Jibreel commanded him by the command of Allah to lead all the prophets in prayer. Where the heck is that proof? which is a proof that he was the great Imam and the respected seal of the prophets. Prayer and peace be upon him and all the prophets.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. A seal. Great. Let's have a look. Hold on. I'm pretty sure we have a picture. Could this be the seal of the prophets?
No. He did not wear suits and tie. Can you do it? Do you have a picture without the suit and the tie? Like a normal dressing?
So, I know maybe they'll just be defending themselves. You know, the reason that they'll be blowing is because of defense. It's self-defense. It's Islamic self-defense where they attack first.
Yeah.
You know, all Muslim believers know that if the Green were alive in Muhammad's day, he would surely have fought. The guy's alive now. The guy was alive 1,000 years before Muhammad. He's alive now. And if he were alive in Muhammad's, what am I reading?
Stop. Just keep reading. Don't hurt yourself. Do not hit your head. I need your brain, man.
He would have followed Muhammad's law. Even Isa, Jesus, will follow when he comes back at the end of time. He will follow the purified laws of Muhammad. He will not turn away from them. Ibn Kathir inserted another proof that the Green was not alive after Muhammad by saying if he had been alive, he would have notified the people about the sayings of Muhammad and the verses of the Quran. He would deny the false sayings about Muhammad, deny the heretics and lies, and would engage in war alongside the Muslims in their
So it is the mystery of the writing of Ibn Kathir. When you read something when he's for it, you will be convinced that he's for it. But if he flips the switch and go to the opposite side, that he's against it, you immediately believe that he was against it. So, I mean, this is what I'm trying to understand of that great scholar. Was the Green Prophet alive? And is he still alive today? Yes. Is the Green Prophet died and he was not alive in Muhammad days? Yes. Which one? Both. Yes.
Yes. Definitely.
Yes.
Whatever sounds better right now.
Yeah, that's how it is. Is exactly, was he dead or alive? And the answer to that question is yes. And it's either he was dead or he was alive or he was an angel or he was made up, and we will never know the truth.
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
Yes.
Definitely. 100%.
No doubt.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, guys, Allah knows a lot of stories. I'll say that. Allah knows
and he worked in mysterious ways. I learned that from a friend of mine. His name is Lloyd. Hey, no. You skipped the paragraph up there. Don't you dare leave that. I know you're trying to save a little bit less headache, but I want you to read it.
Muhammad said in the hadith, do you see this night? For sure, 100 years from now, not one person here now will be alive on this earth. That prophecy was true because people in Muhammad's day did not live past 100 years. And of course, anyone could have prophesied that, including me. Today, however, the prophecy is not true due to modern day medicine, which enables some people to live past the age of 100. In conclusion, this is from the author, a guy called Usama Dakdok, who tortures people with these books. In conclusion, the author, Usama Dakdok, believes that the story of the Green Prophet is a made-up story. They gave proofs, Usama. They gave us proofs. They came online in the chat and they offered evidence. They gave clear evidence. They backed up the story. What?
Many evidence.
And its interpretation is an even greater fantasy by Muslim scholars. And the Green Prophet never existed. That is so, this is hurtful to say things like this, Usama. Please, somebody think of the Muslims.
Not in Adam days, not in
Muhammad's
day. If he exists in Adam days, think about that. If he exists in Adam days, it could not exist in Moses' days and in Muhammad days, and it's still alive today. It is so ridiculous. God help us.
Yeah. So many other stories. Yeah, go on.
So am I right in thinking that the only proof that we have read about his existence is someone saying that Al-Walid ibn al-Malik ibn Marwan, who actually was around during the early 8th century, said that he had seen this guy, and the guy who is writing about that proof appears 700 years after that time. That's the proof that these people are putting forward.
But don't forget, no, it's not just Ibn Kathir. Al-Tabari, 200 years after Muhammad, talked about that. He interprets these verses. As a matter of fact, what Ibn Kathir did is he read the interpretation of Al-Tabari and he cleaned it up and modified it and did his correction to some of the stuff in it and give us a little bit more nonsensical material. And that's when you get to Ibn Kathir. So if you start with Al-Tabari 200 years after Muhammad, that's the first one. Ibn Kathir 400 years later, and then you get to other people after that. Sure.
You know,
Okay.
Usama
Because
just
of
gave us a new word. Go on. Sorry, Jesse.
So that is because of Prophet Al-Tabari. And it's odd how they keep using Al-Tabari. I think, unless I'm very much mistaken, that Al-Tabari died because he was talking about the satanic verses. So the guy that they go for the most of their history is the guy that Muslims analyze because he was saying that Muhammad received revelations from Satan. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usama just made up a really good word for what these Muslims are doing. They modify the story.
Make it a bit muddy.
they definitely modify. That's a brilliant word, Usama. It's the
Add
smartest
a
thing.
little bit mud to it, to make it clear. Remember, we say clear
as
like mud.
They modify. Yeah.
You have good ears, Lloyd. I like you. You listen very good.
So yeah, they've modified this story definitely. So many other stories were written about the green, but our author did not see any benefit in including more of these ridiculous stories in his book.
As a matter of fact, let me confess, I actually added some, and God bless my editors who removes them. They said, this is so stupid. You cannot keep talking about this nonsensical material. I said, it is in the writing of the great Muslim scholar, Ibn Kathir. They said, we don't care. We take them out. Your book is so big. It was like 1,100 pages. They cut it to 750, man. They took, I don't know. I'm not kidding you. They took
These
pages
are
and
wise
pages.
people.
I'm not very happy with them. But hey, I think they're smarter than me. They know if I made it so big, people will stop reading it and throw it in the garbage can. So we decided, oh, well, let's make it short and sweet. So what you read, Lloyd, is literally short and sweet portion concerning the great prophet, the green prophet. What is the next story? It's called? What you scroll down?
The next one we can do next week. And then this will be the last one, the story of Elijah.
You know what's so amazing about the story of Elijah? That his name was never mentioned in the Quran. How do you like that? I'm making a whole story out of somebody who never mentioned in the Quran.
That's why it's
you can
wrong, because it's wrong about everything.
You can take the same story, and I'm not kidding you, and take it out and make it the story of Daniel or the story of Jeremiah. Same verse. You can put for any character you wish in the Bible, and it will fit perfect. Perfect.
So my brain is
Dead.
JC?
Just count it a blessing when you read other books. This is the cross you carry when you walk with me. Hey, we're gonna here's a good deal now. We're gonna, after we finish the last chapter, we're gonna take a break for a whole month or maybe a little bit longer, and then we're gonna come back to volume 2 because seriously, when we start with Jesus,
remember we're gonna go through the sources of the stories in the Quran. Remember we spoke about that a couple of days ago?
That's a good one. And then also, I'd like to do 1 or 2 programs about the Jannah of Muhammad and the hell of Muhammad, the paradise or the heaven of Muhammad and the hell of Muhammad. That will make you so much excited about learning more about Islam. The paradise and the hell of Muhammad, according to the Quran, by the way. That'll be a good study. Well, we can do 1 program on paradise and 1 program.
So we'll do the Psalms in the Quran, or was it the parables in the Quran? But I also want to do the sources of all the stories in the Quran. So all of these sources, where they come from, whether it's Jewish stories, whether it's Zoroastrian retellings, whether it's Gnostic. So it'll be interesting to explore that and go through where did the Quran get all these stupid stories from.
But we cannot finish that in one program unless
No, it won't be one program for sure. JC?
Yeah, particularly the parables in the Quran. When Usama actually mentioned that before, I thought, wow, that must be interesting because the Quran is not really good with parables. So I think that's going to be really, really cool.
Let me summarize to you. I don't think Allah, Jibreel, and Muhammad and the scholars of Islam understood what the word parables actually means. That fixed the problem. We're going to find it as a conclusion in the end anyway. All right. Does your people ever ask questions? I don't see the chat room, man. I need to maybe click on the chat, but
you can open it, or you can expand it. It should be on the right-hand side. You should see the chat bubble.
I know you got hundreds of people writing to us, but I don't see any question. Oh, here's a question. No, but that's not a question.
No, but if you should look on the right-hand side of these on the panel,
I see it.
Chat bubble. Click on it.
You never stop and ask us questions from the our wonderful audience. You should do that, man. You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, many times there are, but obviously we have lots of comments. I mean, we have a very active chat section and very funny people as well. And so we'll talk about some of these things. So yeah, John of Damascus, but people are not trying to say that John of Damascus was wrong. Of course, they're trying to vilify him rather than admit that his story, could contain information that debunks the standard Islamic narrative. So yeah, we can call it a night here. Then we finish next week and on this, and we can go into some new stuff around this as well. Good grief, what a
nightmare!
It's been a journey.
It is, yeah. I'm gonna have to have wet cats thrown at me for several hours now, just so I can recover.
Good idea. I got a bunch of wild cats here. Do you want any?
Yeah. I'm gonna lie down and you just throw wet cats at me. Just because that's the only way I'm gonna recover from this, to just put life back in my body now. Yeah, I can feel my brain shrinking as I was reading this. So
actually, it's not true. Whoa. You're not telling the truth, Simi. The more you read, the more your brain expand and get bigger and bigger and smarter.
That's inflammation. That's inflammation because it's toxic material going in.
Toxic? You call the writing of the great scholars of Islam toxic? Man, what's wrong with you? I mean,
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take beer. It's time to take beer.
Beer, yeah, take beer. Mashallah.
So yeah, we'll leave it at that. So guys, thank you very much. Please like, please share, please subscribe. By the way, I have slowly crept over 30,000 subs. For a long time, I was shadow banned. This seems to be changing now. Again, we're coming back. So yeah, we're over 30,000. That's fantastic. Thank you for all of the kind support. Please share this. Please discuss this material on social media. And for those who have supported the channel, I really am grateful. Thank you very, very much. But yeah, let's keep doing this because look, Islam we all know it's a problem, and I think we can laugh at it, and I think we have a cure for Islam, and definitely what we're doing is a great way to cure Islam. So yeah.
He's got a question.
Somebody have a question. What question?
This one about the Sharia. Send me an email. That'll be best, Jordan, and we can always chat. I can always have a video chat with you if you're free. Just send me an email.
All right.
But I mean, the Reliance of the Traveler is your best bet. Link in the description box below. Look at that on the Dhimmis, and I've got shows on the Dhimmis as well. So I've got various talks on Sharia and Dhimmi law in my playlists as well. So, but yeah, put it in the chat. I will answer in the chat later.
Lloyd, this will be a good study in the future. Maybe if not this year, if the Lord's willing, and we're still alive for next year, I'd like to do a quick study, a quick summary, a quick survey of the Last of the Traveler in the English language. And so what we can do is we have to work hard, because that study can take years. So what I want to do is just for every chapter, we break 2-3 programs and move fast. Within few months, we can completely cover the entire teaching of Sharia. Shortcut to it, that would be a good one. I know you have done some.
I have here one on Dhimmis. I have your presentation on various collected accounts on Dhimitude from various sources. And so I've got this is on my channel, 67 pages for this. So I have something I can do. I mean, I have all these slide presentations prepared. Everything you want to know about Dhimitude, but we're afraid to ask. I have it right here.
Good. We'll pray. We'll see. We just have to take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. All right. So we'll see what we're going to do. We have lots of materials to cover. We just need people to like this broadcast, share it with others, because otherwise we'll be singing to you, the choir. We need to sing to the rest of the world so that they may know the truth which we know, and share it with others. Let's grow it. I don't like 30,000. I don't like 300,000. I want it in the millions, but we're not going to get there unless people work hard.
My channel was growing consistently at about 1,400, sometimes more subs a month. And then one day, literally overnight, YouTube just nailed me. And I dropped to 140 maximum. It wouldn't let me get over 140 a month.
But here's the truth, Lloyd. You know what's happening? Because Muslim got united and sent quick messages to YouTube, say, stop this guy. We can do the opposite. We know hundreds of thousands on our side. Why we wait for the Muslim to shut us down when we can make it a big channel that they could not shut us down? It's our laziness. I'm sorry. We are lazy to do what is right. I mean, what's so hard? I mean, I always ask people when I do speaking at church, I said, how many people have Facebook? People put their hand up. I said, okay. How many of you have 100 or more? Bunch. I know people who have 1,000 people. 1,000 people on Facebook. I said, imagine when I talk to you today, I only have 100 people in the church, and one of you have 1,000, another one have hundreds and hundreds of. When you send that message to your friends on Facebook using a finger and a phone or a finger and computer, you can make me today with 100,000 followers today. One small church.
That would be great.
Why was so lazy? I don't know.
That would be great, because we do some original things on this channel, guys. I think we do a valuable service. But look, I would appreciate all the support. So please, again, share, discuss, talk about this, use this information. We are doing something here. We're challenging Islam. We're going up against the machine, and we don't have billions of dollars, but we have the truth, and we are not afraid to speak up. And we do this for you. We do this for our civilization. We do this because we love our religion, we love our culture, we love our families, we love our history, and we're not going to let Muslims replace it with this garbage, honestly.
Amen.
So guys, let's call it a night here, I think. Final word to you, JC.
Well, it's been absolutely great, and everything that you guys have said is phenomenal. Usama, very well done with all of this work. I think it really helps for Muslims to remove all of that mysticism that is around Islam. Something that the Christian Prince says quite a bit is Ibn Kathir in Arabic is very different to Ibn Kathir in English. And for example, I work with Ibn Kathir in English, and they normally just give you one explanation from him, one that is not embarrassing. It's like, yes, but you need to know everything else. So the work that you are doing, and here discussing this with Lloyd, I think it shows to people that, hey, it is not the one hadith that your Imam has told you. When you actually go into it, you realize that that's not the answer. They have 40 or 50 explanations for any single thing, and they simply don't know. You are being lied to. So you are showing them what their imams won't show them. They will just say, believe and don't read anything. And you are here going, okay, let's read it so that you may be
which one of
informed.
these garbage explanations is true? Freddie, I love you, but I'm not crazy about you, okay? Let's just set boundaries, boundaries, man. Boundaries, So yeah, guys, we'll call it a night here. So thank you all. Usama, we shall. So guys, we're on Thursday with. We're not broadcasting tomorrow. We'll be on Thursday with Odon.
I apologize. By the way, I apologize about yesterday. I could not get into because I was using my iPhone, and the place where you join is down. You could not touch it. I tried many times. A friend of mine was traveling with me, tried many times. So I apologize about yesterday, but we'll see you Thursday, Lord's willing.
Rightio. So that happens. But we had a good show. It was a really good show, actually. It was great. So guys, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Keep safe. Stay away from Islam, as you know, every smart person would do. And yeah, CP says he cannot read the literal interpretation because it's so filthy. Yeah, there's some grievous stuff in there. So guys, good night. Take care and God bless.